Well, I have officially made my decision about which graphics card I am going to be using in my own personal gaming system for the next little while. After sifting through dozens of benchmarks and boatloads of test data, in the end, I have decided to go with this guy. This is the GeForce GTX 1080 Ti, which is a Pascal-based GPU. That's right, I have decided to skip the all-new 20 series RTX ray tracing Nvidia graphics cards, at least for right now. After looking at all of the reviews, benchmarks, and test data available out there on the interweb, there were a few major points that stood out to me and ultimately influenced this decision. Focusing on performance in non-RTX games, which is pretty much every game out there right now, the 2080 performs just about the same as the 1080 Ti, yet is more expensive. And since RTX is a brand new technology that does not yet have widespread support, I have a really hard time wanting to give Nvidia the extra money for the 2080. With prices of the GTX 10 series Pascal-based cards falling quite a bit recently, these GPUs just offer an amazing amount of performance for the money. With the dramatic slowdown in cryptocurrency mining and the release of the RTX 20 series, there's actually a pretty saturated used market right now for Pascal-based cards as well. If you're into used graphics cards, you can pick one up for sometimes as little as half of its current retail price. Next, there's the fact that no one really knows where this brand new RTX technology is going to take us. I think, based on what seems like a lot of interest from game developers, that this technology will eventually catch on and become mainstream for the mass market, but we just don't know at this point how long it's going to take to get us there. So as of right now, Nvidia is selling us expensive GPUs that were designed specifically to exploit a proprietary feature that they invented but hasn't yet been adopted for the mass market. And finally, if you take a look at some of the benchmarks that are out there that show early performance numbers for RTX-enabled testing, whether that be games or demos on the new RTX hardware, you will notice a massive performance hit when RTX is enabled. The frame rates drop to levels that I personally would consider unplayable or at least not enjoyable. Now, I'm hoping that this is something that changes as time goes on, as graphics start to mature and we see more widespread support and better integration of this technology into modern games. In the end, I really do believe that Nvidia's new ray tracing technology is going to transform the landscape of 3D graphics and allow us to create much more realistic and immersive games. And for that, I am pretty excited and I can't wait for that to happen. But for now, I am just gonna stand on the sidelines and let this new hardware and software mature and evolve. And while I do that, I am going to enjoy some top-tier performance with my brand new GTX 1080 Ti. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some gaming to do. See ya!